Black voters will play a key role in the outcome of the 2024 presidential election this November. Joining us to talk more about Biden's announcement and how it will impact black voters is Dr. Carla Brailey with Texas Southern University. Good morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
A busy weekend, a lot of news to discuss, a lot of moving parts, and still a lot of unknowns when it comes to this particular matter. Talk to us about the historical significance of Vice President Harris potentially becoming the first black female presidential nominee.
Well, it's a matter of time. I really believe she will be the Democratic nominee, and I'm hoping to be successful in that. I want to do a shout out to President Biden for just having the courage to make the decision that he did. He told us a long time ago that he would keep his promises. In terms of black voters and how they turned out and how black women have continued to turn out over the years. I think what we're going to see is black women, people are going to be organized around her nomination and to support her. We know that black women have been the heart of the Democratic Party. And they've had a pattern for not only showing up, but organizing to be ready. And I think the beauty of Vice President Kamala Harris is she would be ready on day one. She's not only had the experience before being vice president, but now with the experience that she's acquired, she's ready.
Talk to us about the black vote this go around and if it's different compared to the spotlight it's received in previous elections.
I think we're going to see that the turnout is there. When you talk about Divine Nine, how they are very well organized, very on board. Well, I was on a call last night with a group of black women, and it was over 40,000 people on that call, predominantly black women. In a matter of 2.5 hours or so, maybe 3 hours, they raised over $1 million. So we're talking about the invigoration that we needed, right? We're inspired. And so the amount of organizations that are going to be ready now, organizing the organizations, getting them on board with messaging and how to do this. Some of this has been done throughout the year, so it won't be, I would like to say, while this is a new time and a new era, it won't be the first rodeo in terms of being organized. And that's what we're going to need. And I think that's why she's a phenomenal candidate for this, because we've already started receiving emails about her, becoming or ready to become the next president. So being ready matters.
You're talking about a lot of highlights. Do you have any concerns?
Concerns? There are always concerns. We are in a very treacherous period of American democracy. Democracy is at stake. Naturally are going to be concerns of turnout, but we just have to do what we need to do in order to reach people, to not only get them to register to vote, but to follow through to make sure we have the turnout that we need. And that's just being organized and having the right people who are the messengers for this particular campaign, that is educating the voters. What does it mean? We're going to have some concerns of having a woman as president, having a black woman as president. It's always concerns. That's why politics are so difficult to address, right? I mean, it's the conversation that you don't necessarily have with family all the time.
At the dinner table, right, during the holidays. I'm so glad you brought up voter turnout. Emerging trends suggest a decline in voter engagement among young black voters. Thoughts on this?
Oh, I think right now you're going to see social media blasting. I guarantee you, if we're looking at the numbers now, that's already addressed some of those concerns. They're fired up and ready to go. Now, that doesn't say that it won't be concerns there, but the bottom line, the campaign will study those trends, be able to address that, and you have the right people who are messaging. I think we're going to see a difference here.
I know the GOP is hoping to capitalize on the black vote. They've been making great strides to win over young black male voters. Is the Democratic Party struggling to maintain this group of people, young black men?
I wouldn't use the word struggle on both sides. You know, they're a swing vote right now.
Yeah.
But I really believe that with Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris being the official nominee, I think some of those trends that we've seen, they're going to be even more reduced. And I think the campaign will do a phenomenal job of reaching those black males who may have not felt as if they have been touched or addressed somewhat in the past. But the campaign will have to be very intentional about its engagement. It will have to be very intentional about who will be involved in the campaign, both officially and unofficially. And that's going to be, something that they have to, be really strategic about and unapologetic about it. I mean, hey, what's at stake right now is democracy. And I don't think many of us on both sides. I think you can find that on both sides, that's to be true. And so as a result of that, you're going to see some anti-vote is going to go on the Democratic, on both sides, but I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see a change. And I won't be surprised there.
Regardless of your political views, these past few weeks, certainly history in the making, from the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump to yesterday's announcement, President Biden dropping out of the race. These are moments Americans will remember for the rest of their lives.
I agree. I have a teenage daughter that, I try to be astute on politics and think I know what's going on. And my daughter was actually, 15-year-old was the one to tell me, Mom, have you heard? President Biden is not seeking another term. No, I didn't hear this. Oh, my God. So then I look at my phone and I'm getting texts everywhere. And she's excited about the possibility, right? I believe that this is the time. This is our time to show up and show what America is all about.
Well, Dr. Carla Brailey, we so much appreciate your time this morning.
Sure.
Appreciated the conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.